When I pray for somebody and they're healed, it's because Jesus is alive, because he's proving who he is. They're only healed when I'm praying in the name of Jesus. But if Allah is real, Allah is being very deceptive in healing that person, because he's confirming to me and that person that Jesus is alive, that Jesus is God, and that he's the truth. That's either Allah being insanely deceptive, or I think the more likely situation, Allah isn't the truth and Jesus is. What makes you believe in Islam?
I believe in Allah, first of all.
Mhm.
I believe in everything that's in the Quran. To me, it makes everything, like, everything's look logical to me, and there's a lot of proof to me that confirm that Islam is the true religion.
What would you specifically say that you believe about Jesus?
First of all, in Christianity, there's a lot of similarities, but the story at the end is not the same, but there's a lot of similarities. And what I can believe is that Jesus is like a prophet, but he's not like God to us. He's someone important in like religion,
Yeah.
but it's not like he's not God.
Well, like if somebody's a prophet, they speak the truth, right?
Yeah.
So like when I look at all of the first century documents, people who were eyewitnesses of Jesus or who knew the eyewitnesses of Jesus, they all record the fact that he actually did claim that he was God. So wouldn't that be true if he's a
Where
prophet?
did you found that?
So in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the first century documents of who Jesus was, his life and his ministry, they all claim that he was this title. Jesus specifically called himself a title that was in a prophecy, which said that he would be worshipped by everyone forever. Which my
Yeah, but
perspective is this.
that
Like,
doesn't make it true. Like that's your belief.
well,
Like
you
you
said that the
don't believe
prophet
that.
speaks the truth, though.
Yeah, but like you have your own version of like the prophet and the religion, and we have our own. But our Jesus never said that. But your Jesus said that. So you gotta tell, like you gotta say that it's the truth.
Well, I think when we look at like something historically, if I want to know about Muhammad, I'm not going to go to a book that comes like 1,000 years after Muhammad and say that that's more accurate historically about his life. So like I think that the Quran is very accurate about stuff that's happening in the time of the 7th century, but I wouldn't necessarily trust it when it comes to stuff that it's talking about with like Jesus, which came 600 years beforehand. So I think that the documents that are surrounding that and that are early are very reliable when it comes to Jesus's life. It's way more likely to be true historically. Like we just don't go
Well,
to a book 600 years after the fact.
yeah, but the thing is, like during the years, we keep like I think there's people who travel with the prophet, for example, so they know him, and then that's how like generation by generation they keep like talking about his life, what he
Hmm.
accomplished during his life and
Yeah,
everything. So that's how we know like what he's
exactly.
done and everything happened.
I agree with you on that. That like people surrounding him know about his life, which is the thing that I'm pointing out. The people all surrounding Jesus's life wrote down who he was, wrote down what he said and what he taught.
Yeah,
And the things that Jesus claimed was that he's going to be worshipped by all
that is
people forever.
Yeah, but that's that's the thing again. That's what differentiate like Christianity from Muslim is that you have like your own story and we do have our own story, and that's the thing. So you can't
Well,
just say
the
that because
question
I
is
said
which
that.
one's earlier though? Because all the people who were
No, the
eyewitnesses
question
say
is
one
which one is
thing.
the truth,
Exactly. I agree with you.
and yeah, the question is like which one is the truth. And
Yeah.
when you think of it, when like you come and read all like the either the Bible or the Quran, and then you choose which story, if I can say, which story makes more sense to you, and how like this religion like contribute to your life, how it's make you someone better
Well,
or
I
improve your
don't want to
life.
just go to the stuff that might just be subjective about if a religion is
Okay,
true. I want to go to the stuff of specifically I'm talking about
okay,
like what did Jesus actually claim? Because like we would both agree that Muhammad didn't meet Jesus, right?
but like Jesus in our religion,
Hmm.
he said that I don't have like the exact sentence, but he said that when you guys Christian gonna like reincarnate like on the afterlife, you're gonna be shocked when he gonna announce to y'all that he never said that he was God,
Okay.
and that's
But
something
I'm
that
meaning did Muhammad actually meet Jesus in the physical?
yeah, basically I don't know,
Well,
maybe I
well
don't know
he
about
came
that
600
because
years
maybe
after
they from
Jesus.
yeah they from
Yeah,
different
it's different time
timeline.
periods.
So probably
So
not because prophets
that's an issue for me.
like they what's the problem?
Yeah. Well, he's claiming stuff about Jesus that he was never there for. But all of the eyewitnesses disagree with everything that Muhammad says about Jesus.
Dude, what you say?
I was saying all the people who were eyewitnesses of Jesus say stuff that
Yeah.
completely contradicts Muhammad. But Muhammad was never even with Jesus personally. So I don't think that I should trust him as a reliable source.
Like who said that? Like in Muslims or in Christian, like the Christian church?
I'm meaning Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, people who were eyewitnesses or people who knew the eyewitnesses. But I'm pointing out the fact that because Muhammad never knew Jesus personally, we shouldn't trust what he's saying about what he thinks that Jesus said because he wasn't there for it.
But
All the
like
people that were
okay,
there for it say something different.
and where did you find that?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
What can I say about that? Because I think there's like explanation to that, but I actually don't have it right now, to be honest.
Hypothetically, if you're correct that there's some type of explanation, the title that I'm referring to that Jesus claims is the Son of Man. He's quoting the Daniel 7 prophecy that he's going to be worshipped by everyone, but he claims that title
It
over 80 times, meaning that if you're saying that he didn't claim that, you have to say that every single one of those Son of Man titles that he claimed were additions into the text. But I don't think that you could show, I don't think that you can show based off of manuscript evidence that even one of those Son of Man titles was added into the text, meaning that he actually did claim this.
Who?
Jesus actually claimed to be that title.
I think it's something that we will never agree on, and I know that
Well, the evidence
I'm not the
points to a
better.
certain direction. Like, what do you think about like miracles today? Do you think that God does miracles? Do you think that there's like medical documentation that we can look at to see if he actually did?
No, but you have to believe that because
What do you mean?
religion is something that you believe on, right?
Well, believing with
And
evidence.
if for example, if you're sick and then you ask to God like to help you like get better or something like that, it's a wish that you ask God, and the way He's gonna help you, maybe He's gonna help you financially by bringing like stuff up to make it happen. I don't know, in a way, that's how you're gonna believe that God was there for you to help you at a certain moment of your life that where you needed it.
I'm not as much talking about like, oh, we ask God to help us and then a few weeks later it takes
You're
place.
talking about proof.
Well, I'm talking about instantaneous healing or stuff that happens pretty
Like,
quickly. So, like, if I
well,
pray for somebody
yeah.
and then they're instantly healed, do you think that that happens today?
Like in both religions or just
Well,
in
I know that it
Islam?
happens in Christianity, and I have it
Okay,
on
can you
video.
explain me? Okay, show me.
Yeah, on my channel, I have multiple videos of people
Okay,
getting instantly healed.
what's your channel?
Yeah,
Can
I
you?
can put it in the chat for you. Actually, even earlier today, a guy's hand got healed.
Oh,
Yeah, just a minute ago.
okay. So how you guys do that?
So I can't heal anyone. The only reason that I can do anything is because Jesus said, whoever believes in me will do the works that I do, and even greater works will he do because I go to the
Okay,
Father. Meaning that
okay.
anyone who believes in Jesus will do miracles because Jesus goes to the Father. So when I pray for somebody and they're healed, it's because Jesus is alive because he's proving who he is. But the thing that I find interesting is
You
they're only healed when I'm praying in the name of Jesus. But if Allah is real, if Islam is true, just granting that for a second, Allah is being very deceptive in healing that person because he's confirming to me and that person that Jesus is alive, that Jesus is God, and that he's the truth. Because I'm preaching the gospel, I'm
well,
telling them that Jesus is the way to get to heaven. But then I pray for them and then they get healed. That's either Allah being insanely deceptive, or I think the more likely situation, Allah isn't the truth and Jesus is.
so what you're saying like is like you as a Christian who believes in Jesus, so you can heal somebody in the name of Jesus. That's what you're saying.
Well, I can't heal someone, but it's, yeah. If I pray for somebody, miracles happen, yeah.
But like instantly or just like by the days.
Well, I think that it can be both. So, like, sometimes there was one guy that I prayed for. He had back pain for 2 years straight. And we prayed 6 times. Each time it got continuously better and better until it was fully gone. It doesn't make it not a miracle just because it took 6 times that we prayed. Because 2 years of back pain should never go away. Especially not that quick.
Okay.
There was even people that I've prayed for where they didn't have feeling in a certain part of their leg. I prayed for them and they instantly regained feeling in that part of their leg. That doesn't make any sense unless Jesus is alive. Like, have you ever
I
seen
haven't
an
seen that.
instantaneous healing in the name of Allah?
No, because we don't do that.
Okay. But Allah healed in the past, right?
What?
Allah has done miracles and healed people instantly in the past?
I don't know about that either.
Okay. Well, I would say that the Quran does
I
talk
just
about how God did
it's just
miracles.
me. It's just
Sure.
me. Like I don't maybe know enough about my religion, which is
Okay.
absolutely true. But I think if you like found someone who is more who have more knowledge than me in Islam, you can debate. You can have like a better debate than with
Sure.
me because
Well, it's
honestly,
not necessarily
uh
that complicated to me. Because if Allah did miracles in the
yeah,
past and God doesn't change, we both agree on that. So if God doesn't change, he's obviously going to continue to do miracles no matter what time it is. So I think that because I believe in an unchanging God and I am seeing miracles, and you believe in an unchanging God and you're not seeing miracles, that's evidence against your God's existence. And it's evidence for my God's existence. Because we have evidence for people who have been actually medically dead for 2 or 3 days and they came back to life in Jesus' name.
yeah.
Yeah, you can look it up if you want to.
No, okay. It's what you think. It's what you believe. Okay, okay.
Well, it's not just what I believe. Factually, he came back to life.
And I still believe, yeah, Allah is God to me.
Well, I would challenge you to really think about some of that because
I
I
will,
think that
for
that is an
sure.
issue.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You should put your trust in Jesus. He loves you. All right?
I love him
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Bye.
God bless you.